Welcome back, guys. I'm Zell. A few weeks ago, I did a review on the Swiss Army Mini Champ. And it has this little gut hook looking thing on it that you can use to open those bubble packages. So, to open those bubble packages, we opened up one of these. Now, I bought this knife just intending to open the bubble package and have a laugh about the $3.87 knife. However, I think you may want to take a closer look at this knife, so why don't you come on in here, we'll take a closer look at it, and then afterwards I'll tell you about my experiences. The Ozark Trail Tan Flip Opening Knife, sold by Walmart. Closed we have 4 inches. Total open length we have 7 1/16 with a blade length of 3.02. Surprisingly, that is the closest any blade manufacturer has gotten to the measurements that I got with my own calipers, scales, and rulers and whatnot. So Walmart is not telling you a fib whenever they give you the measurements. So let's talk about the knife itself. Has G10 scales in this tan color. They've been scalloped out here. Looks pretty nice. Torx head screws for everything. Stainless steel liner and liner lock, and a stainless steel blade. They of course don't tell us what the blade is. We have a nice shiny pocket clip there. Definitely not a deep carry pocket clip. And a flipper. This is not a spring assisted knife though, so we'll see how well that does here in just a second. As we turn it on down here to the bottom, it's full flow through. The pillars aren't anything to write home about, they're just your basic stuff, but it is flow through, so that's kind of nice. There's a look at the scales on the other side of the knife, and then what do you know? That knife is pretty well centered. Maybe even perfect. And of course we got some thumb studs here. And just for giggles, we'll try to flip it. Alright. Do it with my left hand here so you guys can see what happens. Yeah, not so good. We'll try to give it a little wrist action. Nope, don't believe we're going to get it with the flipper. Oh, there we go. So maybe it'll just take some breaking in. The blade itself, pretty interesting. It's got a nice tough look to it. You know, actually has more than one grind here. It's a little bevel here. Makes for a tough looking blade. Look at it over the back, it ought to be a pretty tough little blade. And even got some nice jimping up through here. Not very aggressive. I'd even put that under non-aggressive. And some jimping here and here. Put your hand around the knife and hey, you know, it feels pretty good. Kind of surprising. So, the knife didn't flip out on its own. It may in time, with some use or some cleaning up on the inside. But we do get this. We get the safety of having that flipper down there, keeping our fingers from getting up into the blade. And speaking of the blade, it is 3 inches long, just like they say, with about a 2.8 inch edge. And, you know, the finish is pretty decent looking too. You know, it's stone washed. You know, it's not ZT stone washed, but it's got its own unique look. I kind of like it. And, you know, let's get a piece of paper out here and let's see if this thing will cut anything. Oh my goodness, guys. That really surprises me. But there you have it. Just notebook paper, but I really figured there'd be an issue with that. So, I don't know. I think I'll sharpen it up and we'll see what happens. So, the $3.87 knife. First of all, it has loosened up to where with a little flick of the wrist, you can get it open just about every time. Still is not going to flip without some assistance from your wrist. But, you know, that's okay. Some of the high dollar knives won't do that either. The blade itself, I sharpened that thing up. And you know what? It did alright. I cut through enough cardboard, and I'm not sure how much. I didn't count the distance or any of that. But I cut through enough cardboard to get the blade pretty warm to the touch. And all I really got out of the blade was a couple of chips, a little roll, nothing that couldn't be stropped out pretty quickly. You know, and in some ways that's the beauty of this blade. It's more stainless steel than most of our high-end blades, which they trade some of their wear resistance for edge holding. And by doing that, they make them harder to sharpen. You know, I've got, well, we talked about the Endura. It's got a VG10 blade. Somewhat harder to sharpen, but it holds an edge a lot longer than something like this, or something like the Shovel 2 with its 8CR13 MOV blade. So, for $3.87, you get a pretty decent knife. Now, if you're going to carry it every day, the one thing I noticed in 2 days of use, and what I did was I put this thing in my pocket and I put a Spyderco Delica down in another pocket because I wasn't going to be out with just this thing. But what I learned was, if you're willing to maintain it, you're willing to sharpen it, it's going to do okay for you. You may need to put some Loctite on all these little Torx head screws because they did start to come loose on me. But if you have a young person that you need to teach how to sharpen a knife, this is a pretty good one. Let them learn how to sharpen a knife. Whenever they're out using it, it'll be a nice, pretty thick, tough blade, so they're not going to break the tips off of it. And you know, guys, that's what we're buying whenever we spend more money on the blades. You know, if you buy this Manix 2 with the CPM S110V blade, you know, there's some money in the handle, there's some money in research and development, all those other things. But the big money is that blade. And this S110V, I'm still working on testing it, but it seems to hold an edge for a very long time. Don't know how hard it is to sharpen yet, though. You know, you got your LMAX blades. Same thing, though. You're paying for really good blade steel. You're paying for not having to sharpen it as often. But on the other side of it, whenever you do have to sharpen it, it's much harder to sharpen. So, I personally wouldn't carry this every day. If $3.87 is all you've got to spend on a knife and you need one, sure, go for it. Know the limitations of the knife and pick you up an Arkansas stone while you're there. But I don't have to carry this knife, so I'm not going to. I would, at the very least, move up to something like this Bird Meadowlark 2. Amazon right now, it's less than 20 bucks. You get an 8CR13 MOV blade, and it works very much like a Spyderco knife. This one's about the size of a Delica, and Bird is a subsidiary of Spyderco. If you're into flippers, you could get a Kershaw Zing. They run generally around $20. And that extra 15 bucks or so is buying a lot of knife in those two cases. And even in the case of the Shuffle 2, it's buying a lot more knife. Mostly blade steel, some design, but it's just a lot more knife, a lot more quality. However, there are some places where this knife could really stand out. Considering I'm betting that it's made of a steel that is more stain resistant than most of the higher grade steels, means it's softer, won't hold an edge as long, but it also means if you stuff this sucker in your glove box or in your bug out bag or wherever you may need a blade and you don't want to have to maintain it, you don't want to have to pull that thing out and oil it every once in a while, you just want to stick it in the bag and let it be, I'm betting that this is a good knife for that. You can get a pretty decent edge on it, and the corrosion resistance should be pretty high considering how soft steel is. And at $3.87 plus tax, you might be able to have several of these stuck here and there. So every knife has its place, and maybe this knife has a place in your life. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and as always, if you'd click that like, share, subscribe button, they're all right down there, I'd really appreciate it. And you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.